Hello, Uplift Vision. This is Maggy Whitehouse, Dartmoor in Devon. Some of you have met me before. I came to see you a year ago in April at the invitation of John and Patty, and it was lovely to spend time with you. But here I am in my home, and Dartmoor is part of one of the great national parks of the United Kingdom, and it's what I call the bones of the land. Moorland areas are part of the great bone structure of our country, and I know that you have them too. So let's begin with a prayer, shall we? And I'm going to use St. Francis's prayer of creation, because I think one of the great things we're learning from these last few months with the pandemic is how important our Mother the Earth is to us, and how quickly we can stop our negative habits that are harming her. I've changed some of the words in the Canticle of Creation to reflect the modern view of God as a being or beingness rather than a masculine. So I have changed the word Lord to Shekinah, which is a feminine name, which means the daughter of the voice or the presence of God in the world. And here we are at midsummer on the earth with our great mother. So let us pray. O most high, all-powerful, good Shekinah, to you belong praise, glory, honour, and all blessing. We praise Shekinah for all your creation, and especially for our brother sun, who brings us day and light. He is strong and shines magnificently. O Mother, we think of you when we look at him. Be praised, Shekinah, for our sister the moon, and for the stars which you have set shining and lovely in the heavens. Be praised, Shekinah, for our brothers wind and air, and every kind of weather, by which you, Shekinah, uphold life in all your creatures. Be praised, Shekinah, for our sister water, who is a blessing to us, and humble and precious and pure. Be praised, Shekinah, for our brother the fire, through whom you give us light in the darkness. He is bright and lively and strong. Be praised, Shekinah, for Sister Earth, our Mother, who nourishes us and sustains us, bringing forth fruits and vegetables of many kinds. Be praised, Shekinah, for those who forgive for love of you, and for those who bear sickness and weakness in peace and in patience. You will grant them a crown. Be praised, Shekinah, for our sister Death, whom we must all face. I praise and bless you, Shekinah, and I give thanks to you, and I will live in service in all humility. Amen. So I'd like to show you round, if I may, and do a little bit of waffling, hopefully not too much, but let's hold you up and show you the 9 stones stone circle on Dartmoor. There are lots of stone circles called 9 stones here and throughout the United Kingdom, and mainly they are telling stories of wicked girls who danced on the Sabbath and were turned into stone for it. And that's a very Christianized version of demonizing the pagan, of course. But nowadays, of course, we can work in harmony with all the faiths in the understanding that this planet is far wiser and deeper and greater than we know. So this is your stone circle, and you can see the land in the distance where I live, the lower lands. And if I turn you round, hopefully you'll see Dartmoor all around us. And this is Belstone. Belstone village is just below these tors. We've got no idea why it's called Belstone. There's a legend which came out in Victorian times that it was some sailors who came in and named it because they were so glad to get away from the sea, and that one of the stones on the top looked like a yacht, but that really doesn't work very well because it's an awful long way from the sea here. So we don't know why it's called Belstone. Could be French, beautiful stones. Who knows? French and English anyway. So what would I like to talk to you about? Well, I run a group once a week online, and we do meditations, Kabbalistic meditations. Kabbalah is the Hebrew word for receive, and ancient Kabbalistic techniques, nothing to do with Madonna or the modern Kabbalah Center, are about understanding the Bible, looking at the spaces between the words, because it's in the spaces that the music is created. If you think about a piece of music, without the spaces between the notes, there's no music, there's just a cacophony. So it's the spaces between the words in the Bible which are all important for the mystic if you're trying to reinterpret this amazing text for the modern day, which can be done because it's beautiful. Can you hear the skylark? I hope you can. Beautiful song. And if you look in the spaces between the words, hope you can see me with the hat. I need the hat because it's midday. You're also going to look at the words themselves. And if you look at the Hebrew in the Bible, it's quite clear that the creator of the universe is the Elohim. And Elohim is a feminine noun with a masculine plural ending. So even though they didn't know about these things in those days, it's a beautiful depiction of sperm meeting ovum in the Big Bang of creation, if you like. And the Bible has 5 names for the divine that are feminine, and 5 that are masculine, and many other for the angels of the divine. So the Bible never meant us to go straight down this patriarchal, we control the world, we are important, let's build, 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 build mentality, because the divine feminine is about the honing and the receptive aspect. And Jesus taught so much about the feminine, so much about humility, so much about receiving, so much about honouring. And St. Francis, one of the great saints, who's he's airbrushed a little. We have our statues of St. Francis with a bird bath, a little bird on it in the garden, but he was a tough nut. St. Francis didn't know whether he was meant to serve the divine in a monastery or out on the road. So he asked his sister St. Clare to pray for him, to tell him which, and the answer was both. So Francis didn't live in a monastery, he lived on the road, but he also lived with his companions. And he used to go out and worship creation because he understood, maybe he understood something about the original Kabbalah, I don't know, but he understood the fact that Christ and Jesus are not always the same. And that is the great answer, I believe, to the emerging Christianity that we need. The new age, the spiritual, the progressive thought, the new thought version we need of this is the idea that Christ is creation. Christ is plan A. Jesus personified Christ for 33 odd years, very odd years, some might say. But the Christ, Jesus said himself, before Abraham was, I am. And in the beginning was the Word. It's Logos, and Logos in Greek is better interpreted as the blueprint. In the beginning was the blueprint. In the beginning was creation, the whole unfolding of creation. And Kabbalistic teaching teaches that God, the Holy One, the Divine, whatever you want to call it, Shekinah, is constantly recreating the universe every second with immediate focus. And that's possibly why the law of attraction works so well, because what we think of now becomes our reality in the future. So creation is Christ. Therefore, Christ belongs to everyone, the atheist, the Muslim, the Jew, the Christian, the Hindu, the agnostic, the sheep, the cattle. Christ is in everyone and part of everyone, and every one of us is destined to become Christed, to become perfect, whether in this life, another, or in the heavens, who knows. But there is always hope. And the lovely thing that Kabbalah teaches is that humanity is very young. We're approximately 2 years old, which means we're at the stage of breaking our toys and having tantrums, and that kind of fits. And my meditation group online, my Tuesday night group, we went on a visit last week to meet the virus. We went into ourselves and into our guidance and went on a journey to meet the entity or the angel of this virus. And what was fascinating was what we all came back with. 17 of us went on this journey, and we all came back with very much the same answer, which is it's feminine. It's a balance to the toxic yin in our world. And the toxic yin is the allowing of not the life force, but the not life force. And the not life force is what we embrace in an addictive society, which is what we're in, the society of more and more and more. The covetous society, if you like, the 10th commandment. And the toxic yin is the part of us that switches off to creation and to growth and to expansion in a healthy way, the expansion of understanding the divine and expanding our souls and growing and becoming closer to the divine. So the toxic yin is where we cut ourselves off by just watching Netflix, by getting takeaways, by buying more stuff than we actually need. And the healthy yin, the balanced yin, is about honoring and loving creation. So that's basically all I have to say to you today, but I've got a lovely poem which I found in a book some time ago, which is by a lady called Mother Mary Clare of the Sisters of the Love of God, which is an Anglican community founded in Oxford in England. And this poem is just beautiful. We must try to understand the meaning of the age in which we are called to bear witness. We must accept the fact that this is an age in which the cloth is being unwoven. It's therefore no good trying to patch. We must rather set up the loom on which coming generations may weave new cloth according to the pattern that God provides. So here we are at a liminal time in humanity, a time when we have contemplation and new thinking that we can change our attitude towards this beautiful world that we love so much. And we can do it so simply. Blessing our food, honouring where it comes from, and my sister Susie, who is the witch on Dartmoor, we do a podcast together called Wise Women, the Vicar and the Witch. She gives praise to creation every morning. She goes out in the morning and she sings. She will sing that beautiful song, "Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, God's recreation of the first word." Apologies for my bad singing there. So that's what Susie does every morning. Why not go out in the morning and sing to creation? What I do is in the evening, after sunset at night, which is when the spirits are out of the trees and out of the rivers, the naiads and the dryads. They come out and they come to you when you sing. So don't think I'm mad, just try it out for yourself. And what I do at night is I go out and I ask for a benediction on all creation. And these are my words, but you can just go out and say, God bless you. Bless you. Bless you, creation. Bless you, the whole of the world. Not just America, not just England, not just the United Kingdom, not just Europe, not just the Northern Hemisphere, but all the world and all the people, because all of us are Christed and part of creation. So what I do is I go out and I say, all creatures of earth, air, water and fire. All singing ones, all dancing ones, all swimming ones, all creeping ones, all running ones, all crawling ones, all crying ones, all loving ones, all flying ones. May you be blessed to the full extent that you may receive the benediction of the All-Holy One. All fairies, all sprites, all gnomes, all goblins, all growing things, all spirit, all rock, all matter, all grass, all flowers, all trees, all of creation. May you be blessed to the full extent you may receive the benediction of the All-Holy One. And let's just do this. Let's bless this beautiful land where we live and let it uplift us with its beauty in these challenging times. And God bless you, and thank you so much for inviting me to be a part of Uplift with Vision. Bye-bye. Now in the sunshine, I have to find how to switch this off. There we go. God bless.